Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is Totu Bravo, and this is the second half of our Go Power Sports Rascal mini bike video. So we purchased this bike obviously from Go Power Sports as a complete kit. Comes with the TILITSON, the off-road tires, and all the components that you see here, minus the taper grips and the Nibby throttle. Those I purchased because I prefer those on any mini bike that I'm going to utilize. It's just a personal preference. I think it's a better option compared to the factory stuff that you get from Go Power Sports, but their stuff's not a deal breaker, so don't take it that way. It's just a personal preference. So I cannot recall where we dropped off on the last video. We did have some camera issues. We've had a ton of camera issues as of late. My GoPros have been performance-wise less than desirable, but that's enough yapping. Let's talk about the Rascal bike. The first thing that I want to cover is a couple things that I had to reach out to Go Power Sports for their customer support. Now, I will say their customer support is very responsive. I have no problems there. They're very helpful, and once I was able to clearly identify what my missing item was or what my problem was, they were very fast to make it right and send those things out. So I want to say that up front. But as I was unboxing the little Rascal, the first thing that was kind of tore up, and I'll insert some pictures here for you guys to go ahead and look at. Was the unitank, and if you look at those pictures, that unitank looked like it had just come off of somebody's bike that had run the heck out of it. And it was brand new. It was not, the bottom wasn't drilled out or anything. It was a new tank, but it looked horrible in my opinion. So I reached out to those guys. They sent me out a new tank in a very short amount of time. This is the new tank here. It was in a little better condition compared to the original one that we had gotten. And then I just decided that you're really, unless you don't care, you're not going to be able to run the tank black from the factory. It just looks horrible in my opinion. So I had to sand it down, because it did have some blemishes like the first one. Sand it down, and I painted it the Rust-Oleum Premium Lacquer Matte Black is what I used on the tank. So that was the first thing that we had an issue with. The second thing was, if you look down here, right here, as I got to the brake assembly, which was one of the last things that I did as I put the bike together, I didn't get any hardware. I didn't get any M8 bolts. I didn't get any crush washers. I didn't get any M8 bolts or washers that were designated for the brake assembly. I watched the videos. In one of the videos, the Go Power Sports videos, it showed them assembling it with, and they didn't specify what bolts that they were utilizing. I want to say that they might have been using hex, but I'm not sure. But they were using spacers to put in between here and here to keep you from pulling the whole brake assembly aside. So I reached out to them, said I didn't get my bolts. They're sending me some bolts out. I haven't received those as of yet. So these are some M8s that I went out and got on my own. And they said that they spaced these bolts in the brake assembly utilizing the washers there, the lock washers. So that's what I went out and got. So that is our assembly. That should be done correctly. I will compare these bolts and crush washers to the ones that I get from Go Power Sports. The third thing, which was kind of minor, was I've bought the stage 1 kits, or I've gotten stage 1 kits from Go Power Sports for their TILITSONs, and I have one on my Mega Moto, if you can see in there. And initially I had the same setup, but the sock for the Megamoto was black. And the sock for the Megamoto fit fantastic. If you see here on this one, there's a lot of loose material all around this portion here. And there's some loose material that's sewn into the top here that's all bunched up, and some marks here. Now, if you're particular about that, you know, I am. I like the appearance of my mini bikes to be solid, to be good, to be as good as I can be. And this wasn't as nice as the previous sock that I had received from them on a prior project. So those are the three things that I had some problems with. The last thing I wanted to cover was I had some clearance issues with the handlebar assembly. And if you look where I'm pointing here, I had to put some washers up here in order to lift that bolt, because if I put it in the way that the video showed, I would have excess bolts sticking out here, and it interfered with the frame as I turned and really limited my left and right turning radius. So for me, for whatever reason, I had to add a couple washers here to space that up so I can get plenty of left and right turn radius without the handlebars interfering too much with the frame. So that's the last of the bad. Let's start up here with the top. I went with, and I'll insert a photo, I went with the Nibby throttle and the Pro Taper grips. I use those on a lot of my projects. If you watch the videos, you'll see I use a lot of the Pro Taper grips and the Nibby throttles. I really like the Nibby throttles. They're very responsive. You can take a lot of the slop out of them. They're aluminum. You know, they're machined. I think they're fantastic. Of course, that's just my opinion, but I really like them. So we have Pro Taper grips on either side. You have the hydraulic brake that comes with the kit. You have the ape hanger bars. Those are nice, comfortable. You move them back and forth until you find what's comfortable for the length of your arms, no problem. Front forks, we didn't have any issues with assembly. This is a fender, a piece that if you wanted to add a fender, you'd attach it to there. It's part of the kit. Painted that with the Rust-Oleum Rust-Oleum Pro lacquer matte blue also. But no problems with the assembly of the forks, the performance of the forks, or the front tires or anything like that. I really like the rims, I like those. Moving back, the unitank mounted with no problems, perfect, no issues. Drilled it out, half-inch drill in the bottom. Put the filter assembly and the on and off switch here, and the cutoff switch and all that went in very well. No issues, no problems with that at all. Of course, the lid is vented. We went with our Bucky's limited edition 2024 sticker on the unitank, and we've numbered this bike. Obviously, you guys saw that. This bike is 00. I've numbered all my build firm, but it is quality and it is nice. The only thing that seat-wise and frame-wise I wish they would have done differently, and maybe somewhere down the line I will modify this on my own, is I wish they would have brought the end back here, this rounded portion of the steel tube, I wish they would have brought that out to about there and made the seat from 15 to maybe 18 or something like that. Just a little more oomph. And as you can see, you know, you have the option of where you want to mount your seat. A lot of folks will mount their seat flush with the tank. I chose to move mine out, I don't know what's that, an inch and a quarter. So I got a little overhang back here in the back, but that gives me a little more room to scooch back and get myself comfortable on the bike. That's my choice. Like I said, though, I might later come in, weld something on the back here, buy a longer seat, and put that back there. Another thing that I might do, I haven't found that it's necessary yet, because to be honest, I really haven't rode this a lot, is maybe put a metal plate between the seat, maybe weld it right here between the seat and the exhaust. I haven't experienced the problem yet. Like I said, I've ridden this very little. Nothing of any. You really can't even judge the ride yet. I've ridden it so little. We went with an aftermarket throttle cable because it was blue, and obviously the theme of the bike is a blue, and there's a little touch of red because the pro taper grips and the nibby throttle are red. So you'll see on the other side when I get there that the clutch chain guard is red also. But we went with the blue throttle cable. It worked out very well. Length was good. We brought it in from the back and tied everything in, and it's everything seems to be very responsive. No issues there. The fuel line that they supply you works out great. I like having the visual of seeing the fuel in there. You do have a filter, like I said, in the tank itself. Once you put the on and off mechanism up here, has a filter built in, that whole 9 yards. I chose to put an inline one on here anyways. I didn't think it could hurt anything, and I had one laying around. It's not the highest quality item, but it'll suffice. It'll do well. We've gone with the stage 1 kit. Obviously you can see that it comes with the header that is installed here, and the velocity stack, the air filter and sock here to complete the oh, and you install the, I believe it's a 98 jet. It wasn't marked from Go Power Sports, but I've found that most of their jets that come with the stage 1 kits are like a 90 or 98, somewhere around there. I think it's a 98. Either way, it's either a 98 or a 90 jet that you install and take the OEM jet out. So you have the improved jet, the velocity stack, the air intake, the sock, and the header to complete your stage 1 kit. We've obviously gone and put a zip tie to bypass as much as the governor as we can. At some point later, we're going to come back. We'll remove the governor, hook up the kit that comes with this top engine plate, and install a billet flywheel. I don't think we need that currently, but that's what's on the table for later. Again, you can see that we've painted the frame in the Rust-Oleum Pro lacquer spray paint, and it is in the matte blue, and it does have a bit of a sparkle in it. I don't know that you can pick that up. We're going to do a walk around on this later. Maybe you guys will notice that when we do that. Again, we got this engine plate off of Amazon. It does come with the hardware once you bypass the governor to hook all this up and continue to run the stock carburetor, which is, I think, the direction that we're going to continue to go in. You can see that we use the supplied Go Power Sports Rascal sticker that comes with the kit. We put that down here on the pull start. We've neatly cinched up all of the cabling here on both sides, brake, kill switch, and throttle, and we've run that very neatly down the frame of the bike into the engine for the kill switch portion. And then you can see that we've ran the brake line all the way out here, looped it up and over. So everything is very neat, fit very well. As you can see, also the fuel line, same thing. So everything worked out really well with the fitment. You can see that we've got the off-road tires that come with the kit. I like those a lot. Don't know about performance yet because I haven't taken it off-road yet, but they're nice. You've got the foot pegs that are supplied. You just slide those on. It's not a really big deal. It is a comfortable position for your foot pegs when you're sitting on the bike, though. I am 5'10", 207 pounds, so it is a comfortable fit for me. It doesn't feel too small. I mean, I like the Doodlebugs, and that's a smaller setup than the Rascal. So I do like the foot pegs. Let's move on to the other side. You see how nice that header looks right there. Chain's nice and straight. So the kit also comes with, one of our zeros is coming off here. We may have to fix that. We can't have a sloppy number there. We do have a couple of the supplied Go Power Sports stickers on the bike. You saw the first one on the other side, and then there's two here. We got the Bucky sticker on the top. We're rocking the Bucky stuff. And we've got a Go Power Sports sticker there in the middle of the tank. You've got the clutch chain guard here. We went with a lacquer, Rust-Oleum Pro lacquer matte red for the guard to tie it in with the Pro Taper grips. And the nibby throttle there, everything's red, so that ties that in a little bit without things being too red. The chain tensioner is really nice, seems to be of really good quality. Spins freely, just a nice piece there. Looks really good. Everything worked out fine. The chain seems to be of really nice quality too. Everything just came together very nice, except for the things that we've mentioned in the beginning. We did install the filter kit there for the valve cover. You can see that there. We did take and remove the valve cover and paint that the matte blue too. You can almost pick up some of the metal flake. Pretty good there. So that all worked out really well. You can see how the fuel cock, you can see how the fuel connects to the bottom of the tank right there with the shutoff valve. That all comes out nice and clean. Take a look at the bike from the back. Everything looks good. So it all came together very well. Paint turned out pretty good, I think. The bike as a whole looks great, and it seems to run real well. So why don't we go ahead and do a walk around. All right, so we'll do a walk around, get you a look at those tires and everything. Front of the tank, those ape hangers, that nibby throttle, there's pro taper grips, all looks good. Hydraulic brake there, the uni tank, the seat, frame, the engine, the guards, everything looks really good, really nice. Coming around the back of the bike, see that chain alignment, brakes, everything looks really sharp. That Tili engine looks really good, Tili blue. That valve cover ties it in, looks great. Everything looks really good. All right, let's start it up. We got kill switch good, choke is good. Warm her up. Runs good though. Runs strong. Sounds good. That exhaust sounds really, really good. So why don't we gear up, take it on a ride, and we'll wrap up the video after that. Let's take her for a little rip through the neighborhood. See if we can get a maybe a top speed. Well, that ran really well. You catch a lot of vibration off those tires on the road. They obviously were not meant for the road. Let's actually, you know what? Let's see if our speed kept, which would be amazing. Yep. Let's see what our trip history is. 43.4 miles an hour, and that is a neighborhood top speed. So that's pretty impressive, man. Average speed was 12.2. The distance was approximately 1 mile, and 43.4 miles per hour. Max elevation was 1,186 feet. So that's impressive. 43.4, 207-pound rider, 5'10", and stage 1 Tilly with just a governor bypass. I'm impressed by that, and I don't think that was everything she had. I think we had a little bit left. We probably could have got, I'm thinking we probably could have got 45 out of that maybe, but not bad. That was a very fun ride. The bike ran pretty fast, little vibration, but that's due to those treads right there. Overall, fantastic build, a lot of fun, and really enjoyed it. Look forward to really putting this bike through the paces. Don't know if I'll get all that done before winter hits, but definitely springtime we'll be taking it out for a speed run. So I appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think, and until I see you in the garage or out on the track again or in the woods, thanks for watching.